seconded. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from December 14, 2020. Do you have any comments, Winona? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Public comment? Donna Tronka.
Has there been any progress on getting the website operational and current?
Donna Tronka is asking if there's been any progress on getting the website going and current. No.
I think we're really waiting for the new clerk.
I had recommended to Winona that maybe she contact the person who is managing the website at Blue Spring Lake to see if they would be willing to handle this website on an interim basis. Has that been done?
We're going to be hiring a new clerk very soon, and I think we'll just I don't think, you haven't talked to anybody at Blue Spring Lake, have you, Winona, about handling this? Okay.
Could you recap? I couldn't hear.
Can you turn the volume up?
It's up all the way. Okay.
Is that on speaker?
She said, yes, she said that we're going to do it.
Is that a piece of
We're
crap?
going to coordinate it with the new clerk.
At what, when?
The new clerk will be hired within the next couple of months. And then the new clerk will be in charge of running it.
Larry, Jim Hanson set up the Blue Spring Lake website.
Yes, Winona called him
He said he
once.
was willing to help,
Okay.
but
He
not
said-
to administer.
He set this up too.
He set this up too.
Well, when we work with the new clerk, we'll contact him and maybe he can help us do that.
What's his name?
Jim Hanson, H-A-N-N-E-S.
Reports, treasurer.
Okay, the bill list is there. Treasurer's report for end of December 31st, 2020. General fund has $73,247.18. The tax account has $1,325,500.54. The LGIP general fund is $108,641. LGIP fire EMS is $2.69. The airport has $63,421.82, and the LGI airport is 55 cents.
Emergency management plan, do you have anything? No report? Okay. Fire department? Fire department?
No.
No. No report. Airport? No. No report.
I have a question, I guess, and you have to answer it.
Okay. Was anything done at the last meeting? They had a meeting to do some work, retention ponds out here.
We
And
haven't done anything.
they haven't done it. They haven't done anything yet.
And then when it needs to get done, I thought there was a deadline on it.
Is there a deadline? No, there's no deadline.
No, they're still working on laying out the plans. Dave would know probably a little better. Strand is still working on it, so.
They're working on the plan.
Okay, got it.
Blue Spring Lake District,
Nothing for me unless Dick is there and has something.
do you have anything, Dick?
No, not really.
He doesn't really have anything. Building inspector,
Nope.
highway,
We took a tree down that was in the, access point on Blue Spring Lake. It was hanging over Dick's house and he was nervous. But it was hollow. It was-
don't, make sure you protect him, he's got to chair the caucus.
There was a big branch that fell down last summer, and as a result, the tree was out of balance. So if it should come down, it would have come down on my house.
And it was hollow.
And it needed to be taken down.
Is that it?
Mike did a great
Is that it for
job.
highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
And cemetery isn't on here, but we've got a burial Saturday out there.
Burial at the cemetery. Okay, new business? Anything? Dee Dee, you have any new business?
Just those two that are on the,
Okay.
correspondence first, I'll do the correspondence. Just a thank you for Kamire Youth Community Band, because we donated some money to them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave us a thank you card.
I skipped it.
I do also have, Jefferson County has a free drive-through COVID-19 testing. It's, January, what's the next day? 15th and 16th, 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th. It's got some times on it if anybody's interested. I did get an email about if anybody wants to do the CDBG public facilities planning to maybe get a grant, but I'm short-term if anybody's interested in going to this.
I'll take it.
Okay. And just a reminder that we are having the town caucus this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay, new business. Anything? No? Okay.
Discuss your discussion of possible action.
I know, we're gonna do that right now.
Okay.
Discussion and possible action to consider an application for a rezoning request by Scott and Connie Mastro to create a 4-acre A3 zone on Tamarack Road from PIN number 024-0516-2711-002. There is a representative here for the Mastros, correct?
Yes.
So basically, that's what they want to do is what it says here.
Yes, they want to, it was, the previous owner was going to the board and asking for 3 lots, and they don't want that. They just want to be able to have one single lot and be able to put a home there.
Did they buy that whole parcel?
They bought the whole parcel.
And they're just splitting off this 4-acre.
This lot was just where they want to be able to put a house, and she has horses, so she wants to be able to have a place for her horses and a lot of 4 acres to be able to put the residents and the horse stables.
Okay.
I talked to the county about this, talked to Matt Zangle, and he said that if we approve this, we should rescind the building rights on the other 3 lots. Would that be a problem?
Yes, I don't think that would be a problem, because they don't.
What we are going to do is, potentially we'll approve this, but in the, on the application that will be sent in, that if upon approval of this, the building permits on the other 3 lots will be rescinded.
Okay, did those actually get completely approved?
I believe they were.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I think that they were.
Okay, because I was under the.
They were approved.
They weren't completely ever approved. You
And
I-
can't
they
apply
will
for it.
now be null and void.
They were approved, but they will be unapproved. Okay?
Yep.
There will be a note going in with, should this pass, there'll be a note going with that to rescind the approval on those other 3.
Okay,
All right? That's going to be the condition of my vote.
okay.
Okay? You have anything, Winona?
No, just what you said, that's the point. The other 3 become null and void on approval of this one.
Okay, well, I will make a motion to approve the rezoning request to create a 4-acre A3 zone on Tamarack Road from the aforementioned PIN number. I will vote for that approval, but on the condition that the building building right approvals on the other 3 lots be rescinded on the same order or same approval that gets sent to the county.
I'll second it.
I'll second that.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. The aforementioned motion has been approved and seconded. Is there any other Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Motion is carried. Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action to discuss the airport electric bill.
Okay, when this building was built, the old town board felt that because they were getting the personal property tax, that they would pay the electric for this building. So there's only one meter for the two buildings. It's behind the town hall. And Dave is working on something. We're thinking of splitting it off, whether we get a separate meter or Dave has another option that we could do because of the expense of another meter. And he can explain it better. I'll let him, if you don't mind,
I don't mind.
let him explain it.
We can table it until he has it too.
He's,
You have it now? Okay, go ahead.
David Hefkin, Airport Commission, and I have a hangar here over at the airport. Like Ed said, when this building was built, they had approximately a 320 amp service put in. The meter and the switch and everything are in the back of the town hall building. I had an electrician that I work with from A&J Electric come over and look at it. And I also contacted the lady that I dealt with at We Energies, and she kind of gave me a brief rundown of what might be required if we wanted to literally put a second meter over there. There's a potential of having to move the transformer, redig, and then do everything to bring the new meter there. That would, and this is just an estimate, because I had a transformer moved one time and it was over $5,000. And they'd have to dig, they'd have to do all those different things, and we're in the winter expense time for the idea of just separating out the electric. Just so everybody's aware, the gas that's heating this building now is already being paid for by the airport because it has its own meter. The runway lights are paid for by the PFC, so that's not part of the town. So the only thing is the combined electric. The bill, I think, was a couple $100 last month. You know, I don't have the dollars, but I would just guesstimate that we would consume probably $100+ from this building here with the lights on the outside. So I think that what we had talked about at the commission is come up with another solution, because the electric to switch it over fully, like I said, might be in the many thousands, and it's still undetermined at this point, the dollars. So the solution that I put out there was one that I've used on my hangar back there, and there's other different samples. This is I can show this to the folks if you want. I already gave it to the board members. It's a meter that actually clamps on to the two legs of the 220 service coming into a building, and you input the data. In this case, I think it's 12 cents a kilowatt for the current, rate. And then the energy that's used by this building would come into a dollar amount, and then the town would pay the bill, and then the airport would reimburse them for the amount. I've had that in my hangar since 2014, and it records all the data and keeps it all tracked, so if there was ever an audit, it would ever show. And the reason I have it on my hangar is because we share 12 hangars share 1 meter. And I wanted to pay my fair share, but I didn't want to pay others. So this has been very good for us back there. The neighbor next to me, Chris, he put on a system very similar. And it's, you can, like I said, you can see by the drawing, by the data sheet. It's not a Wi-Fi enabled where it goes on the web. It just goes locally. This little device here would be put in the manager's office or wherever the board decides. But if he or she has to pay the bill, on or about the first of the month, he'd have to read it. He or she would read it, and it would come up with so many dollars. And mine ranges on the hangar from $13, $14, up to $100, depending on how much I'm at the hangar. And so then I just pay my portion to the person who's collecting it. Now, as we all know, the meters have the meter charge, the facility charge, but that would, I think, be split down the middle. At least that'd be my recommendation. And the other fees that are part of the bill. So I would assume that the town has the bills and they would know those set figures. And then the airport would just be responsible for paying their half along with whatever. So if the town uses $200 or the town uses $2, the balance would, come up on this little device. And like I said, I mean, I can show you back in my hangar, I keep recording every month. And it's, like I said, goes back to 2014 is when I put the hangar in down there. So I feel comfortable. I think it's a fair solution. And we're only talking $100 or so. And then you get one of the clamp-on meters for the leg, because it comes to 220, you have two. You have to buy the second one, I believe. But so under $200, we can get the job done, and it literally just goes into this box. And then once a year, we just replace the AA batteries on the sender and the receiver. And, it's pretty straightforward.
No electrician required to hook it up?
No,
It just clamps on?
Yeah, 'cause you're not tapping in. You literally just separate the clamshell, you put it around there, and then you do it, so it's only the power that comes into this building here. And then, so that, We Energy still has theirs, and the main bill would come in. So I thought that it's a fair, I personally think it's a fair solution without spending $7,000 to $10,000. And then the other question is like I had asked, was that meter paid for originally by the town or the airport? Because if the airport would have to be responsible for putting it in, on the commission, my thought would be is that if they've already paid for it once, why should we pay for it again? And I know it's getting maybe petty, but it was definitely a bigger service than what the town would have ever put in on their building. So it would have been part of this commercial property, or this commercial building. So again, I'm getting out in the weeds there, but I'm thinking that this would be a fair solution to the town and to the residents so as to not have to pay the bill. And like I said, the gas is already separated out. The Wi-Fi, which is there, is paid for by the Palmyra Flying Club, so that's not part of the town bill. So, any other questions on?
Would the town and the airport each pay $50 then for this if it's 100 or?
Well, no, it'd be on their usage. So if the bill was 100.
No, you have to buy the device.
Oh, well, that's a good question, Larry. I really don't have an answer. I don't want to speak for the commission or for the town.
Okay.
I would think that there would probably be some agreement that had to be drawn up for the dollars and the usage.
Yeah, well, it's $99, and
Right.
sure the town would be willing to pay 50%.
Like I said, so I'm thinking that the other, I'd have to check and see if that secondary clamp or the meter came with it.
Okay, well, I guess get the total cost, it's not gonna be a problem. Talk to your
Because like I
people.
said,
I don't think we're gonna be putting a new meter in.
Right. I guarantee it's less than $200 because when I put it in, I'm relatively cheap, and if it had been $200, I'd have cringed at it. But given the long-term investment and then splitting the meter cost, those are things I think if you write it into a contract, if you would, or something, that way the airport would be paying its fair share on everything for
Right,
the electric.
right.
So I would say that if you budgeted $200 and the town paid half and the commission paid, the airport paid half. Again, I can't speak for the commission, even though I'm a commissioner. We'd have to vote on it, but I think that would fall underneath that kind of small potatoes area
Right.
that we can get it done.
Correct.
And that way it would, there would be no question. Because up until now, as you all know, the town was receiving some tax money, but from a certain point on, they're not. So this is something that I can order, and we can get it going right away. So I mean, if they would do, like I said, $200, I think it would cover everything because it's $99. But I just don't know if that second clamp comes. I think it was like $35. Because when I bought it, it only came with one. But this picture shows two. So I don't wanna say it $100 and then all of a sudden there's tax and shipping or whatever that is. So,
You-
if you
you
get
c-
approval.
I don't think you can use it with only one clamp anyway, so it's probably gonna come with two.
Right, but only if you're, it's not only just for this, because you could use it on three-phase also.
Right.
So that I don't know how they would sell it now. It makes sense for the 220, but some people might be just looking at checking one leg or one circuit coming off of a breaker. So this is, for our purposes, it's both of them coming in. So I think my suggestion would be is if the town would fund up to 100 and the airport fund the other 100, and if it's $100 total, we split it in half. But again,
Okay,
So-
thank you.
okay.
So, in a motion, as to us spending half the money or splitting it?
I would make a motion that we purchase a unit and the airport can vote on it and they could come up with their half later. That way we could get it on right away.
All right,
Because, okay, because that's,
motion has been seconded. Do you have anything else?
no.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded for the town to purchase the device, and then we will, bill the airport for whatever, 50%.
Hopefully they're good.
Pardon?
And hopefully
Hopefully, they will pay their half of whatever the total expenses are, but the town will, go ahead and purchase that so we can get this thing going.
Did you want to order it? Because
Sure.
I'm not sure what. I don't want to get the wrong thing.
It's just on Amazon, but no, I'll go ahead and take care of that, and I can get it installed and stuff like that. The only suggestion, like I said, I would just say about the agreement with the dollar of the other portion, so that when we go to the commission, we would vote on the other half of the dollar,
Right?
and then the obligation of paying that portion of the fixed cost, so they would contact the airport manager, and so we can vote on it, all together, and it's,
I can send you a copy of the bill too if you want.
thank you.
Okay. Been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. You there?
Yep,
Hello?
she said aye.
Oh, okay.
I heard her.
Opposed, no. Motion is carried.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried.